It's Abby Glassenberg here at Craft Industry Alliance. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. We come to you live every Wednesday to do our member spotlight, where we drop in on a Craft Industry Alliance member and learn more about their business. So it's always a really fun experience. Sometimes we get a little studio tour, or we get to see some samples of their work and talk over their business and their business journey. So today we're going to be talking with Jon Larson from Clover. Jon, I see you here. Press that little plus sign at the bottom of your Instagram, and you will be entered into the live with me. So I'm very excited to have Jon joining us. And I also just wanted to say we are getting ready for H&H Americas. It's right. And it's super busy, as anyone knows who's prepared for a trade show. Whew, it's a lot of work. You always think you've got everything under control, and then it turns out that there's so much more to do. So that's what we're working on this week. We do have 2 sessions coming up to help folks plan. Jon, please hit the live plus sign button one more time. I let you in, but it didn't seem to work. So we have 2 upcoming planning sessions for H&H Americas that we would love for you to join us for. One of them is just for brick and mortar stores. So we know that our brick and mortar retailers have very specific things that they need to think through before coming into a trade show, considering that they're got to monitor a budget, make appointments for buying, for looking through catalogs, looking at new machines, talking to reps, etc. And so we want all of our brick and mortar stores to feel super prepared. We have 4 speakers who will share their experiences going into a trade show with a strategy. 2 of them are yarn shop owners, 2 of them are quilt shop owners, and I think we can all learn from all of them. So I'm excited about that. It's coming up in April, and we will send out some more emails, so make sure you're on our email list to get notified about that if you are a brick and mortar shop specifically. Jon, let's see. I think I can add you. Hopefully that will work. And then the other one we have coming up. Hi, Jon. How are you?
Hey, I'm wonderful, thanks. How are you, Abby?
So good. Good to see you. And I want everyone to know off the bat that Jon is not only awesome and works at Clover, but also is a member of our board of advisors. And so appreciate all of your help with all of the things that go on during our board meetings too. So thank you, Jon.
You're so very welcome. My pleasure as well.
Yeah, awesome. So, Jon, tell us a little bit about Clover. I mean, I can't imagine there's any crafter out there who's like, Clover, never heard of it. But just in case, tell us a little bit about Clover, what you make, where it's made, etc.
Great, I'd love to. And hello, everybody, and thanks again for inviting me, Abby. We're so excited. We're celebrating our centennial birthday this year. So
Oh, fun.
yeah. So in case you don't know what that is, and some people might be still waking up if you're on the East Coast, that means we're 100 years old. So, and we're based out of Osaka, Japan, and we are a 4th generation family owned business. The Okada family started it in 1925. And
Wow.
yeah, so we're pretty excited. And I've been very fortunate that I've been with in the craft industry for 35 years, and I've been with Clover for 30 years. So kind of kind of a fun milestone. And we we uh, we handle our division handles North and South America. There's a division for Asia. There's a division for Europe, and there's a very small division for Australia. So yeah, we're separated very nicely. And according to all the statistics, Asia is actually a little bit bigger in crafts and things like that, in all crafts in general, than the United States. Not by
I did
much.
not know that. That's so interesting.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yeah, and we manufacture. We have a manufacturing plant for our bamboo knitting needles, our crochet hooks, our desk needle threader, just to name a few. We actually have one manufacturing plant, a warehouse distribution center, and then we have a corporate offices, which are about 5 levels, and they're on a corner. So it's one of those neat buildings on the corner. Yeah. So
That's cool. I need a dust needle threader. Man, I'm getting old. I got strong glasses and I still can't see my needle. So I might have to get one of those. But I was like, ooh, that's a good product. Anyway, so that's awesome. And tell us a little bit about like some of your best sellers, some of the products that sort of are evergreen, because I know that a lot of the products you release they're not like you and I were talking about this at one point. They're not like super trendy, but they're like this basic quality tool that you're going to turn to and use over and over.
You bet. Well, 99.9% of all of our products are made in Japan. We pride ourselves there because we can control the quality. And some people think there may be lesser quality made in China, and that may or may not be true, but most of our products are made in Japan. And we, one year, actually for about a year and a half, this little product here, this is called our fabric tube maker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And for the last couple years, this was our number one selling uh, tool. And it's used to
Wow.
make jelly roll rugs and table runners and coasters and things like that. But that was a trend that was started on TikTok. And let me tell you, nobody would ever believe this, but a lady did a thing on TikTok, and we sold, and this is not even including Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, we sold over 125,000 of them, which was
Wow. So like
insane.
listen up, these influencers are really selling products. Okay.
Yes, they really are. But otherwise, our best sellers are the 482W, our white handle seam ripper. Everybody loves that. The way it fits in the palm of your hand. It's not too sharp. It's not too dull. And then after that comes Wonder Clips, Wonder Clips, Wonder Clips.
I
So
love my Wonder Clips. I literally use them on every project. They're the best.
they truly are, and it makes it so much easier instead of all the pinning and we're actually coming out. This is top secret news. I only shared it with a couple of people. We're coming out with a brand new Wonder Clip at H&H Americas. So
Oh, all right. So definitely go by the Clover booth and see the products we've just mentioned, but also I can't imagine what a new Wonder Clip would be. Now you have me curiosity piqued. I don't know. I'm like, is it a different color, a different size? Like, what could be new about it? But anyway, we'll have to come by and take a look. And that's awesome. So I know you will be at H&H, and anyone who's listening and watching today who's coming to the trade show should definitely come by and see what you're offering there. So
you
that's
got it.
awesome. Yeah.
So you asked two really good questions. What color, what size? Really three questions. What makes it different?
Yeah.
It is wider. And the color is absolutely stunning. I think it's the best color Wonder Clip that we have. So
Huh.
I'm just going to see now if we were to make a triple wide Wonder Clip, it'd probably be this color, but I'm not going to show it to you because our distributors haven't seen it yet. So,
Okay. Wait,
all
but
right,
that one was wide.
that could have been it. The
All
new one,
right.
maybe not.
Okay.
That
All
could have
right.
been.
All right, I'm excited. Listen, I love good sewing notions and yarn related notions. I think notions are awesome, and they're one of those things that when a consumer goes to a store, you get all the things for your project, and you always end up needing some sort of new notion to go with whatever it is that you're making. So, and Clover is like the tried and true brand for that.
You bet. And it's kind of interesting. Um, we came out with a new product about 3 weeks ago, and it's our fabric tube
I
maker.
saw this demoed on Instagram.
Yes, yes, and we are so excited about it. We actually sold out of it the first couple of weeks that we had it, but
So
we
tell
had
us how
another.
it works.
Sure. So we had another another order coming. So there's two parts. There's the bar,
Right,
okay, and we have two sizes, okay. Then there's the tube,
right,
okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to stuff your batting or cotton here, okay, and you can use this tool to push it in with, and then you're going to put this part right here into what you're trying to stuff, whether it
right.
be an amigurumi, large or small. You can rotate this out, or biscuit quilts, okay,
Oh
and
yeah.
puff quilting in it.
Quilts. I haven't made one, but it is on my future to-do list to make one. They're so cute. I love them.
And you know what? It's just amazing that they're actually trending right now. So all you would do is fill this up with your batting, and then you
Yeah,
would insert it. And like letters are real popular, raised and puff letters and things like that. And then
yeah.
you would just You could put it all the way in. Let's say this is the arm of the amigurumi. You can
Right.
put it all the way in and then start stuffing it so you can fill the whole thing up and then pull out, put more stuff in and so on and repeat. And it's just
That's
so
super
easy to
cool.
use.
And I'm a doll maker and stuffed animal. That was my creative business. Still is. I can tell you that one of the things that I wrote a book about that, etc. But one of the things I always advise people is that you want to stuff the furthest extremity first. So
Yep.
if there's a distant corner or an arm that's going all the way to the end, you have to that's the piece you have to stuff first because once you get the rest of the stuffing in, you can't reach it. So this is a perfect tool for doing that.
Yeah, yeah. And I believe there's stuffing pellets.
Uh-huh.
And this actually will work with the pellets too.
Right.
So, which is really, really nice too. Not just the batting. It'll work with
Yeah,
the pellets too. Yeah.
and pellets are great for making it a little weighted in the tush, so it sits nicely on your desk, etc. So
Yeah.
that's cool. I saw it demoed on Instagram. So your Instagram is definitely working. Your influencers are definitely doing their job.
Great, great. Well, we have one of the best, Katrina Walker. She's in charge of our tool school. She's one of the best. But there's it's just amazing what influencers can do, and we're starting to work now with even a lot more micro influencers. So we're real excited about the
Yeah.
a new direction for us.
That's a
So,
trend that I'm seeing everywhere, which is to say that, a person with a smaller but very devoted audience can be incredibly effective at selling product and showing their audience who really trusts them and learns from them on a regular basis how to use these different tools. So I think that's great. And also, it gives more opportunities to more people, rather than just banking on that one person who's got a million followers. I
yeah,
think it's really, being able to work with a brand and do some co-marketing where they're helping to promote you, you're helping to promote them can be a really good way to build your business.
you bet. It's kind of interesting. In Japan, Clover is considered such a wonderful company, and it's revered and respected like no other manufacturer that I'm aware of. And they don't. It's just such an honor to
Wow.
represent Clover. Yeah, yeah, and I we pay all of our influencers something, regardless of what it may be, free
Yeah.
product or unwrappings or monetary or gift cards and stuff like that. But so my parent company is always saying, John, but everybody does it here for free.
Yeah, we have a different culture of compensation. That's interesting, though. Yeah, I mean, so it sounds like in Asia or specifically in Japan too, Clover must have a really strong reputation.
They sure do. They really do. Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's super cool. All right, tell us about some other good products. Show us a few other things that you might have lying around in front of you. I'm betting there's some things that you have there.
Well, I accidentally may have shown you this by mistake. That's all I'm going to go, and I'm not going to say
Okay.
April Fools. I'm not going to do that to anybody.
Oh yeah, please don't.
Yep. I was thinking of a million ways how to April Fool you and everybody watching. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get taken in. I mean, it is April Fool's Day, and I feel like I'm like scrolling Instagram, and I'm like, what? What is it? Like over and over again.
Nope,
Stop.
yep,
People are
exactly.
really good.
So we just introduced a new product that is this is our limited edition. It's slippery because it's paper, so please excuse me.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
yeah, and that's just what I was getting to. Whenever possible, Clover tries to use paper, okay, instead of one-time use plastic packaging. So,
Yeah,
and we think it turned out absolutely beautiful. And sometimes when you go with paper, it doesn't quite, it's not as shiny and
yeah,
pretty,
true.
but this we're really proud of our packaging here. And what it is it's a limited edition embroidery needle threader. And we all know that needlework is
Wow.
kind of trending. Yeah, yep. And here it is. It is purple in color. So there it is there.
Okay.
And here's the actual threading part.
Oh yeah.
Trying to see if it looks easier on. on my
Yeah,
face
yeah,
here or door.
absolutely. So it looks like your typical needle threader, but in my experience with those typical needle threaders, the cheap ones that come in your sewing kit that are like, it looks like a coin or you know what I mean? And then it has the little needle, they always break and it drives me insane. Like they're like almost a single use product. I don't know if anyone else has that experience.
I think everybody has had that experience. I really do. And it's a common complaint. It really is. But the wire, and again, you can see it is a little bit wider and a lot stronger,
Yeah,
which is nice. And it's got a cap to help protect it too.
yeah,
So whenever Clover does limited editions, sometimes we sell out too quick. And then a lot of our distributors are not happy with us because, John, we just set up the item and it only lasted, 3,
right.
6, 9 months. Yeah. So what we did, we were fair about this versus our normal regular run for limited editions. We doubled it. So we're hoping that we could maybe get a year and a half on it. So, the early bird gets the worm. That's all I'm going to say. So for our independent retailers out there,
Yeah, and I mean, I feel just as I love embroidery. I love to do embroidery, and just as a user of tools, I feel like when you invest in something that's quality, first of all, it's pretty, which is nice.
thank you.
But if it's quality and it doesn't break and it makes your process faster, because here's what I end up doing to thread my embroidery needle. I take a post-it note and then I pull off a little tiny strip of it and I fold it in half and I put the thread in there and then I stick it into the needle and I use that as a needle threader. But it's so frustrating and you're always losing the paper and it's like this is such a like it just makes your crafting more seamless, more enjoyable. You can do more in in the 10 minutes you had at the end of the day to actually get to your handwork. So I think it's great. I think it's great to invest in good tools and just show them to your audience too. Like if you are designing embroidery patterns, this is something to show to your audience so that they can also have a better experience. They'll buy more of your patterns if they enjoy themselves more, doing it.
You,
So
you
that's great.
bet. Well, thank you. And I gotta give a shout out. About 7.5 years ago, my son bought my company in the craft industry, and he's on right now. And I didn't know he was going to be watching, so I will say
Oh,
hi to my
nice.
son Andrew Larson. So good to see you. And
That's awesome. I love it. Multi-generational. That's great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, you're lucky because my kids are like, no, we're not working in the industry. I have three kids, three for three. No, they're not doing it. So that's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. They have their own path, but I respect it. But you're lucky.
I'm very fortunate, and he was always a sales and marketing guy in college and in high school. He did DECA, and I can honestly say he's a better salesman than I ever was. So
Wow.
I'm glad that he's in the business, and he wanted to be in the business.
Right.
So
That's awesome. That is great. And one of the you were saying about Clover being a fourth, I think you said fourth
yep,
generation family owned business. And one of the things I love about the crafts industry is there are so many family owned businesses, whether it's a shop. So many of our manufacturers are family owned businesses. And it really is, this is an industry made up of thousands of small, many of them family owned businesses, which is a really nice thing about this industry.
it is, and you know, I'm in this industry because of the people. And the people are just amazing, whether you're a distributor, whether you're a customer, whether you're an independent store, whether you're a chain. It's just there's just so many good people. And I don't look at it like work. And I know you, Abby, and you come to work every day, nights and weekends, and you always have a smile on your face. And that's the way I feel about this industry. The people make it so wonderful. And there's all different levels of people, whether it be my
Yeah.
bosses in Japan or the people that I work with at Clover in United States. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And I hope that folks who come to either the Fabric and Fiber Craft Festival or H&H Americas will have a chance to really experience that because I think when we all come together in person and have a chance to talk to each other, that's when it really comes out. You start to see like this is a lovely group of like creative people, hardworking people who have like neat ideas and are in it to help one another as well. And I've heard from people who've changed industries and come into the craft industry, and they really notice that cultural difference where people are like really happy to say, "Oh, I'll connect you and I'll help you," and just sort of lift each other up because we all really need each other. It's not that big of an industry, and we all do really rely on each other's expertise and help. And I was just thinking about we did a panel discussion last summer about tariffs because the tariffs were and are continue to be a very big issue for every small business owner. And you helped to connect me to a freight forwarder who came on our panel and was like fantastic. And he was so helpful. And he just got in touch with me last week again because now people can apply for tariff refunds and he wants to help people do that. So again, that's like a perfect example of everybody sort of helping each other. We did the panel. We helped a whole lot of people who came to that panel based on his expertise, which you connected me to. So that's a perfect example right there.
No, it really is. And, I just gave our annual kickoff meeting last Monday. And that the kickoff meeting goes to all of our employees and it goes to Japan. And we basically last year was one thing after another. It really,
Tough.
it was very tough. And boy, I know so many companies, and I'm not going to talk about my company, but so many companies that before they even raised their prices, they had already lost $1 million or $2 million before they even sent a price increase. And as far as I said, I wouldn't talk about my company. I meant as far as giving dollars, but it was significant. But we also, what people don't recognize is that we also shared when we did pass the price increase, we shared in part of that price increase and my parent company. So it was nowhere near close to what the exact numbers were. So we, and I know so many other manufacturers, again, not speaking for Clover, that really gave up a lot to keep the prices low for the distributors and for the independent retailers and the consumer at the end of the day. So, but and we can't forget about that because there's so many good manufacturers that really gave up a lot and it really hurt them financially. But they said, you know what, we're just going to ride this out and see what happens. And so that was really touching that it wasn't about the bottom line. Oh, we got to make so much gross margin. It was actually giving back at the expense of the manufacturer and nobody complained. They just shared their thoughts and we hoped that it would get better and stabilize. And at the end of the day, it was looking that way, and then things changed here recently a little bit, but we'll see what happens, So
I know, and at least we're all in it together. Like we're all experiencing those same, we were all hit by the closure of Joanne. We were all hit by tariffs, by now the oil and gas prices, all of the things. So yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
and I would be remiss if I didn't tell everybody who was watching. I mean, there's a couple things that I would love if you ever had time to look into, and one of them is a company called SoShare. So if you could go online and go www.soshare, I think you'd be very pleased with the community that they've built and the things that they've done. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Vicki Howell. Vicki Howell is so talented, and when I was talking to her about 2 months ago, and some people may know Vicki Howell, some people may not, but she's part of the Craft Industry Alliance and stuff like that. And, yep, totally. And I just admired her and respected her so much. The first time I met her 30-some years ago, she's so talented and so wonderful. So look her up on Facebook or Instagram. She's a wonderful gal, and she contributes and gives a lot to the industry. So
I agree. And Ursula is a current board member along with you. And Vicki also served on our board in the past. So we are very lucky, too, to have these exceptional people on our
some
board.
amazing people. So, yeah,
totally. But that are full of wisdom. So go check out both Vicki Howell and SoShare. Good shout outs, Jon. Thank you for those.
You bet.
So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Definitely come by the Clover booth at H&H and see this new WonderClip product. And Jon, you take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. And I do have more new products to show you at H&H. So that was only a teaser. So please stop by the booth. Yeah.
I will be coming by. Just check them all for sure. Sounds great. Okay, cool. See you all later. Thanks, Jon.
You're so welcome. Have a great day, Abby.
Bye, everybody.